his squad, 5th fastest in the heats. Same team, but they're slightly changed order from the Botswana quartet. South Africa will go in lane 6. Lithe Pillai, 46.25. He ran yesterday out of the blocks. They were 6th 2 years ago, South Africa, and they go in lane 6. Netherlands go in lane 5. Can they get amongst the first 3? Their ladies just denied that a few minutes ago. They were the fastest in the heat. The same team and the same order as yesterday for the Netherlands. They're relying upon that squad. Japan, who were 4th in 2019, behind Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica and Belgium, go in lane 4. Then France will be in lane 3. Totally different quartet as in the heats yesterday to what's in the heats yesterday. Exactly the same philosophy as their ladies adopted. Will they do better than their ladies who were down in 8th place just a little while ago? And Belgium, well, the 3rd places 2 years ago in 3:02.70. What a strong squad they've got. Jonathan Sakur, Robert van der Bemden, Dylan Borley and Kevin Borley on the final leg. European champions, reigning European champions actually, Belgium outdoors in the 4x400, having taken gold in Berlin 2018 and regular medalists at global level as well, bronze medalists in the world indoors in 2018. The host nation, Poland, didn't qualify from the heats. That's a shame, of course. But we are guaranteed new winners. Trinidad and Tobago not represented here this weekend. Jenny, again, nicely poised race. And we saw that the women's race was very close, several teams fighting down the home straight on the last leg.
Yeah, well, all these teams were really equally matched from the heats yesterday. All 3 of the heats, in fact, they were all within 3:03 and 3:04. All of these teams making the final. Belgium, quite interestingly, have gone for the same team in the same order where they won the world bronze in Doha. They were under 3 minutes there, 2:58.78. And I think we've already seen from the women's event, we're not really expecting those sort of times here today. A little bit cold, which is a shame because we were actually thinking that the Netherlands could attack their national record. So we need to have a look out for that. It's 3:02.37. And yesterday they were 3:03.03. So they were just 0.6 of a second away in the qualification from that national record.
You can see the runners who will be in the later legs trying desperately to keep warm. They're bouncing around. Tell you what, if I was in leg 4, I think I'd have about 3 layers on and only stripped down with a few seconds to go, because the leg 4 athletes have got quite a few minutes to go just yet as these lead-off athletes begin to position themselves. There is Benatti, Lorenzo Benatti for Italy, easily spotted, not just because of the blonde flowing locks, but long pink socks being worn again that he wore yesterday. Pretty smart move, particularly in these temperatures.
Must be his lucky socks, Tim.
His lucky socks? Well, they are sensible socks as far as I'm concerned in this sort of weather. Belgium with the youngster Jonathan Sakur on the opening leg. So Colombia go on the outside. Second in their heat to Japan. Palazzo will lead them out. He ran 46.6 yesterday. Benatti 46.9 in his pink socks was their opening leg runner yesterday. Isaac Makwala 46.06 yesterday. South Africa go in lane 6. Lithe Pillai 46.25 was his opening leg yesterday. Then the Netherlands, fastest in the heats, Joachim Dobber will be their lead-off man. 45.9 his opener yesterday. If he can repeat that today, it'll be something. Rikuya Ito of Japan, the second fastest in the heat, their squad. He's their lead-off man in 3. Then the French, Victor Corolet. Totally different quartet, as I mentioned, for the French in lane 3. And Belgium with that very strong squad. Can they produce the goods here with the Borley brothers on legs 3 and 4, Dylan and Kevin respectively? Belgium were 3rd 2 years ago, the best placed in Yokohama of these 8 teams. So much experience in that Belgian squad. But the Netherlands, well, nothing is guaranteed. I must admit I was expecting the Dutch ladies to get amongst the first 3 in their race at least. They finished up in 4th place. They go in lane 5 here, the Dutch squad. They were the fastest in the heats. Time's irrelevant, really. Position is what matters. So 4 laps of the track then in this final event of the weekend. And Joachim Dobber, 45.9 out of the blocks yesterday. That was pretty quick. He's in lane 5 there, centre of picture. Moving up already on Lithe Pillai of South Africa. Also going well is Makwali. You would expect that. Second to left there in the light blue in lane 7 for Botswana. Indeed, this is a wonderful leg from Makwala. I wonder whether Dobber went off a little bit too quickly for the Netherlands in lane 5. Good running on the outside there from Palazzo for Colombia. And excellent running too. Good closing from Pillai for South Africa in the yellow as the first handover. We can see South Africa just in the lead from the Netherlands and Botswana.
Yeah, there's hardly anything, isn't it, in this at the moment. We can just see maybe South Africa just edging it, but I can see Boniface now from the Netherlands just taking hold and taking control down that back straight. He's running with his shades on. He won't be able to see anybody else, just clear track ahead of him. And they're queuing up behind him, aren't they? The Netherlands at the moment from Botswana, from Japan in 3rd position, and South Africa actually just coming up now on his shoulder. For South Africa, this is Nene as he powers all the way to the line to give the baton over in 1st place onto his outgoing runner.
Great running from Nene there on that second leg. The South Africans, and he goes down, but the South Africans are in the lead. The baton transferred successfully. The Netherlands in 2nd place, Botswana in 3rd, Japan in 4th, going well. Italy with a lot of work to do at the moment, back in 5th. But what a leg that was from the South African Nene. Ranti Marvin Digale, leg 3 back in 2019 when they finished in 6th place. He ran leg 4 yesterday in 45.9 and he's going well now. Although Botswana looking dangerous here. Titiro and Zamani ran leg 4 yesterday. The responsibility of leg 3 here as he comes around the outside. He's taken the long route, but has he got the legs? As the Netherlands now begin to attack down the outside. Ramsey Angela running really strongly, takes them into the lead, and won a 3rd leg from Kentaro Sato of Japan to hand over in 2nd place. It's very, very tight between these 4.
Yeah, what an absolutely fantastic race there from Sato from Japan, and this has set his team up really, really well. But we just have to look at South Africa there on the outside, going all the way to the front now with Mavula. He heads the Netherlands from Botswana from Japan.
Well, Oscar Mavundla with 200 to run exploded through the first 150 there. I wonder if he saved enough for the home straight, because Tony van Diepen ran 44.9 for the Netherlands yesterday on the final leg, and he is powerful and he's big and strong and he drives away with 50 to go. The Dutch national record is under threat here. You can see the marker on the track. He's just going to be behind it, I think. Japan is his 2nd, Botswana 3rd, but it's a win for the Netherlands by 6 or 7 metres. Brilliant running from them. 3:03.46. They're less than half a second outside their national record. They couldn't care less about that. They have won. They are the winners here in Poland. Fastest in the heats, fastest in the final, just as was the case for Cuba's ladies in their competition. Brilliantly judged too from the Dutch. Tony van Diepen there judged it to perfection. The South African Mavundla, I thought, went far too aggressively over the first half of his leg. You have to run. It's a very cerebral event, as you know all too well, Jenny Meadows, and I'm not sure that Mavundla got it exactly right. It's so hard, easy to criticise from up here in the commentary box. He gave his all, but the Netherlands judged that one absolutely brilliantly.
Yeah, Van Diepen is very experienced. You've just not got to let, you know, kind of adrenaline take over, which we probably saw there. But the Japanese squad, they were absolutely fantastic. And these are great scenes. The Dutch women have stayed around to congratulate the men. And, you know, a lot of these athletes now actually train with each other in Papendal. That's their national centre. They all train together. It happened a couple of years ago, just after Doha. Swiss coach came in, and they've all been encouraged to try and train together, which is obviously showcased for all these relays. The Dutch really believe that they can take over the world, hopefully, in some of these relay events, and they're all obviously helping each other and driving each other to new levels. And it's absolutely unbelievable, actually, that this Dutch men's 4x4 squad had not qualified for the Olympics before this weekend, and they've come away with the victory. So I think they were champions in waiting, really.
Well, Belgium, by the way, must have had problems. I didn't spot it, but they finished down in 8th place, several seconds behind France in 7th. But the celebrations for the Netherlands will go on. And their men achieving what their ladies, their women couldn't do. They finished in 4th place, the Dutch women's squad. Japan, a brilliant second from them, 3:04.45, exactly 1 second behind the Netherlands. Botswana close up behind the Japanese in 3rd place.
They're a very solid squad, aren't they, the Japanese squad? Aito, Kawabachi, Kato and Suzuki, and it was Sato on 3rd leg, wasn't it, that really came through towards the end and gives Suzuki a real fighting chance on that last leg.
Well, it went pretty much to form from yesterday. The Dutch were the quickest in the heats and they won. Japan was 2nd fastest in the heats and they finished in 2nd place here. Let's have a look at the first changeover in this men's 4x400, the final race of the weekend. South Africa there, heading out in the lead. Nene for South Africa, handing over to Digale. And this, the final changeover. The Netherlands taking over marginally in the lead, but he was not to be denied, Tony van Diepen. 44.9 yesterday, and of course in a very short time we'll bring you all those splits for each of the athletes in every team. But look at the gap he opened up, Van Diepen. Great running from him. They could be a real threat at global level, the Dutch, because they have defeated some strong squads there very comfortably, Jenny.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those, you know, things that everyone's been waiting for, to actually see the Dutch team come through. They won that European Indoor Championships just a couple of months ago. And yeah, they're definitely a squad that are working hard together. They train together, as I say, and they're just pushing each other on to new levels, both on the men's and the women's side.
Do you know what? I envy relay athletes. I envy them, that camaraderie. You've had that feeling, Jenny. It's unique, isn't it? You know, the discus throwers, the hammer throwers, the long jumpers, the long distance guys don't get to experience that. No,
and we're looking now at Tony van Diepen, and, you know, he really saved something for that last 100 metres, and he was really on for that national record just to the end. We see him punch the line, and straight away his teammates just bounce on him, basically. And we can see the women as well. That's Lisanne de Wit. We can see Femke Bol being so pleased as well, and Clever. They're all really thrilled for all of them. So yeah, much celebrations, I'm sure, this evening and on the plane home.
I wonder if they're celebrating because they all agreed to put the money into one big pot. Anyway, the Netherlands indeed are the winners. 3:03.45, as I said, exactly 1 second ahead of Japan. Botswana taking 3rd place, making it onto the rostrum. Italy, 3:05.11, a good 4th place for them. And then South Africa having settled for 5th. Colombia, France and Belgium bringing up the rear. The Belgians clearly had problems.